Yeah, okay, it's recording.
Okay, that's good. All right.
All right, guys. So today, continuing integers and algebra, we're going to be looking at order of operations. Okay, I'm going to show you what order of operations is all about. So, right. So, anybody has ever heard of BODMAS or BOMDAS when working out?
I've heard of both.
You've heard of BOMDAS?
No, miss.
No? Okay, no problem. So, in maths, sometimes you have some expressions to solve. And in these expressions, we have brackets or we have orders, things called orders, like square root or x squared or something like that. And we have divisions and multiplication, addition, and subtraction. And sometimes when we get an expression that can look very confusing, we need to remember this to know which operation to use first. Okay? So first example, somebody can tell me how they would work out the first one. How would you solve the first one on the board, on the screen rather? Tell me what you get.
Can you go back? I know, miss. Miss, I know.
All right. So
Miss, please,
answer.
miss. Miss, let me do it, miss.
Okay.
Please.
How much is it? You can do
Let
it.
me work it out, miss. Let me work it.
All right. That's Jermaine. You're working it with.
Yes, miss.
Okay. And who wants to do the next one? Abriana, you would like to do the next one? Abriana, Ariko, William, who would like to do the next one? Dun 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 dun. Jermaine.
I'll try to do the second one.
Wait, who said that?
Enrico French.
Okay, all right, okay, good.
There it is, miss. I finished working it out.
Okay, so we get 7 plus 2
Miss,
is
who did that?
9.
7 plus 2 equal 9 plus 4 equal 5.
I'm not sure, but you both have the same.
Because I was the one who was doing number 1.
Okay, who did that one then? I'm not sure. But 7 plus 2 equal 9 minus 4 equal 5. Okay, great, great. So that's right. But guys, oh my gosh, guys, maths is so interesting. Mathematics is so interesting. So wait. I wish I could show my camera, but I think it affects the slides. So that's why I turn it off. Wait, guys, let's just pause a minute and think about this. What was your train of thought, Drew mean? What you thought was more important to the first? Did you think that we had to add the 7 plus the 2 first? Like we had to do it like that? Or you think we could have done the 2 minus 4 first? Do you think we could have done any of them first, or you think there was an order in which you had to follow? Do you think we had to work from left to right, or right to left?
Order in which we had to follow.
Okay, what order you think that was? What order you guys think that was? Huh? What order we think that was?
The order I think we had to add first, then multiply, then minus.
Minus. Okay. All right. We will reveal the answer. Anybody else? Tell me for this first question, what order you think we had to follow, or if you think we never had to follow an order, that's also out there.
Addition then subtraction.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let me know what you guys think. Who else? Who has spoken so far? So,
Finish number 2.
okay, you guys are speedy as we will look at it. But all right, after we look at number 2, then I'll go through it. But I wanted you guys to think about it, But number 2, right? So we have 2 multiplied 3, right? You have the 6, and then you divide that by 3, which is 2. Great. So, all right, guys. So this is the great revelation now. So I heard that the order is plus and then minus, right? But guys, oh my gosh, I feel like I have to turn on the camera for this part. Like, this is exciting news. But guys, OMG, can I tell you that in this case, the order does not matter. We could have added or we could have subtracted. It didn't matter. As well as the second case, it didn't matter either. So let me tell you. For the first one, we could have said 2 minus 4, right? And from the last class, we already know how to work with negatives, right? We should know how to work with negatives. Ariko, you want to say something, Ariko?
Yes.
Okay. So from the last class, we would have known how to work with the negative. So we shouldn't have any problem. And it's not all the time we can run away from the negative. So it would be easier to just add 7 plus 2 and then minus the 4. But some cases we can use the negative, and I encourage us to always try to work with negatives and get used to working with negatives. And so we could have actually said 2 minus 4, and then we would have get negative 2, and then you would have had 7 minus 2, then you would have gotten 5. You would have gotten the same thing. So in math, what happened is that mathematicians, guys, this is so exciting. Like what happened is that mathematicians found this out, and so that's how they even came up with, see, the video and this slide now work together now. Trying to go back. This video and the slide does not work together. That's how mathematicians came up with the whole BOMDAS thing, and I'm going to show you how BOMDAS actually works, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you how BOMDAS actually works. Let me stop sharing this video to see if that helps. Because it's giving a lot of troubles. All right. Okay. So with BOMDAS, look guys, look, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Okay, so with BOMDAS, right. So with BOMDAS, if we pay close attention to how they group it, then we'll realize that they consider some operations. Now, operations just mean whether it's brackets or division or multiplication or addition or subtraction, they actually consider some operations to be of the same priority. So when we say same priority, when we see them, it doesn't matter which one is used first, right? Right. But, guys, listen to me carefully. Carefully. This only applies, when, so yeah, typical, yes. So first of all, we need to notice that division and multiplication is of the same priority. You see them, they're both blue. Addition and subtraction are also of the same priority. So if you get an equation where you have multiplication and division, it doesn't matter if you do division first, and it doesn't matter if you do multiplication first. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one you do first, actually. Right. And that's why sometimes you'll say bad mass and sometimes you say bomb das, because it doesn't matter if it's the M first or if it's the D first, right? Similarly with addition and subtraction. Okay. And so for this example, right? So what I'm saying is that when you have operations that are of the same priority, that's all I'm saying. When you have operations that are of the same priority, so like you have an expression consisting of addition and subtraction, it doesn't matter what happens first. So that's like this. So we see addition and subtraction are of the same priority. Similarly, multiplication and division are also of the same priority. And so we realize, right? And so we realize if in the second case, if we actually divided 3 by 3 first, we'd have gotten 1, and we times that by 2, we still end up with the 2. So that's something that, mathematicians discovered. So do we understand that before I continue into, greater details about BOMDAS now, when the ordering actually matters? So do we understand that, guys? Or you want me to explain over again? Let me know. I want to know. Guys, talk to me. That's one person. Other people talk to me, please. Okay. Right. So when we have an expression with 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 operations of the same priority, it does not matter which one is first. So that's division and multiplication in the same expression, or when we have addition and subtraction in the same expression. However, I'm going to show you when the bomb dash thing matters. The bomb dash thing matters when we have something like this. Now, this might look pretty scary at first, like, oh my gosh, that's so convoluted, so, complex, so many things happening one time. And what we realize is that in this example, it's different from these two. These were of the same priority. We say addition and subtraction, same priority. Multiplication, division, same priority. So it didn't really matter which one was done first. However, and also to note, however, even when they're of same priority, the standard is always to work from left to right. So what Jermaine did is perfectly correct. So we typically work from left to right, which is the 7 plus 2 minus the 4, and then the 2 times 3. Yes, right. So yes, I'm sorry. And the 2 times 3 divided by 3, that's great. So it equally work from left to right. But when you have something looking like this now, guys, this is not, when you look at these operations are not of the same priority. Some things we have to do some things first, and then something second, and continue. So somebody tell me, what would you try? What are you guys doing? And whoever did that, can remove it, please? Remove it, please. Thank you. Okay. So somebody tell me, what would you do first? What you think we need to work out first based on this? So bomb dance really comes in
It's
when we have something that includes operations that are of different priority. So you see, addition is there as well as multiplication, and addition and multiplication are not of the same priority, right? So based on BOMDAS or BODMAS, what would we try to work out first? Somebody, anybody. What would we try to work out first? Guys, what would somebody tell me? What would we try to work out first? William, what would we try to work out first? William? Guys, are we understanding or am I talking to ghosts? Let me know. Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, what we're saying.
We should start with the brackets first. We should work out the stuff in the brackets first.
Okay, all right, great answer. Right, guys. So based on BOMDAS, so I'm saying when we have an expression with more than one priority operation. So we have operations from the different priority groupings. So one grouping would have been the addition and subtraction, and the next one multiplication and division. But we see that it overlaps. We have them laid out in this. Okay, and so yeah. All right, let me just pause. Let me try and explain again, just to ensure clarity. Um, this thing is giving problems again and again. All right, and so exactly what you guys want me to go over, or just go over everything.
Miss, what happened?
I'm showing it again. I'm showing it again. Okay, let me go again. All right. So we're looking at working out expressions, right? So expressions, we have numbers and we have operations. So that's division or multiplication, addition or subtraction. And yes, let me know if you understand. And we're seeing that in maths, how we work out the different expressions, 9 plus 8 or whatever it is, right? How we work it out is based upon this whole structure right here. Is BOMDAS or BODMAS. So this helps us to know how to work out expressions with numbers. So you have 7 plus 5 plus 8, and you have some long thing working out sometimes. And so what we're saying is that division and multiplication, if you realize, like, it's like they consider them of same importance, same importance. And addition and subtraction are also the same, that they consider them of same importance. And so when we have the simpler questions like 7 plus 2 minus 4, because addition and subtraction based on this are both considered with the same priority. It doesn't really matter which one goes first. Does not really matter which one goes first. That's the whole point. So these are of the same priority. These are of the same priority. So what we would notice is that when we have an expression with only division and multiplication, it doesn't really matter which one is done first. When we have an equation with only addition and subtraction, similarly, it doesn't matter which one works out first. And so that was proven based on looking at these two examples where we could have added 7 plus 2, then subtract 4, or we could have done 2 minus 4, and then you have 7 minus 2. Okay, same with this
But
one. We
Miss,
have,
can I ask a question?
yeah, question. Okay.
But 2 cannot last for you, just get a negative number, like negative
Yeah,
2.
yeah, but in maths, negative 2 is valid. So you would just have 7 minus 2, because the negative 2 would have been -2 just means it's been subtracted from something. So it's either 0 minus 2
Okay.
or
I get it
yeah.
now. I get it now. Okay.
Okay. So then we notice that we have the addition and the subtraction, and similarly with the multiplication and division, right? So that was what I was explaining. But I'm saying when they're not of the same priority, let's say we have an equation that has all of these, an equation that have brackets and division and multiplication and these things in algebra, and integers are what can really confuse people at times when they're working out questions where you have different signs and different things, division and multiplication, addition, subtraction. And I'm saying that when they're not of the same priority, they're not of the same priority, we have to follow an order. We can't just decide that we're gonna add first and then divide, or we're gonna subtract and then work out the brackets. So the order, so this is what you need to learn. The order is BOD, mass, or BOMDAS. Okay? And so with this equation, with this expression, not an equation because it doesn't have the equal to 0. With this expression, based on the BOMDAS or BODMAS, we've realized that we would work out the brackets first. So I'm going to show how we go through the steps. So we say, okay, we're going to work out the brackets first. And so we try to work out the bracket first. We try to,
What is that?
huh?
What is that?
We're working out the question.
So 8 plus 2 minus 5 times 4 divided by 2 minus 3.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. You have questions
Miss,
like that. Yes, I'm here.
why at the second point, why is there a 3 instead? Why is there a 3 instead of 2?
Oh, I changed it. So this is supposed to be a 3 actually. I had changed it afterwards to a 3.
Okay, Miss, can you change the first one to a 3 too? Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
So it's a little less confusing.
Right.
Thank you, Miss.
Welcome. So it's actually a 3, yes.
I was
And
wondering where you got
so,
that 3 from.
right. So then we work out the bracket first. So we try to work out the bracket first. And so we continue trying to work out the bracket, and then in the bracket we'll look at the BOMDAS again. So within the bracket we say we're going to work out the bracket first, and within the bracket we're looking at the BOMDAS again. So okay, after bracket, so we identify the bracket. What comes after the bracket that we need to work out? What in the equation do we work out next? What in the expression do we work out next? What do we try to work out after we identify the bracket? What do we try to work out next? Okay, so after bracket, we have orders, but we don't have any orders in this question, which should be a square root or something. We would try to work that out first, but then we have division or multiplication. So in this case, this is also me showing you that it doesn't matter, right? So in this case, I'm showing you guys that it doesn't matter if you work out the division first or the multiplication first. Because as you see for this, we could have had BODMAS or we could have had BOMDAS, okay? And so in this case, I said, okay, I'm gonna work out the division sign first, this one. I'm gonna work out the division sign first. And so what I did was say, okay, work out the one involving the division sign first. So that's 4 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2, which gives, which gave me 2, you see right here. And then after that, I would have had 2 right here. And then after that, I said, all right, what's the next thing? The next thing would be to multiply. So then I have the 5 times 2. The 5 times 2, I solve that and then get the 10. And then the next thing to do is to work out the addition, which is 8 plus 3. And then we'll continue solving this entire thing. So that would have given us 11 minus 10. And then that gives us 1 times 15. And then when we have the 15 times 1, then as I said, even with this one, when we reach this stage, realize that plus and minus It doesn't really matter which one. So we can work out 15 minus 3, which gives us, right, so we can work out 15 minus 3, which gives us the 12, or we could have said 9 plus the 15, which gives us the 24, and then work out the other part. So then that gives us 21.
It means is 1 minus 3 negative 3?
If 1 minus 3 is negative 2,
So what happened to the 1 in the bracket?
we multiply the 1 by the 15, because it's a multiplication,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So we multiply 15 by 1, and we get 15, and then we subtract 3. So another thing that brackets represent are multiplication. So everything in this bracket is being multiplied by 15. So it's easier for us to work out everything in the bracket so we know what to multiply by 15. And then, guys, oh my gosh, this is the final thing, and then we'll be done for today. It's 9:38. Then the final,
58 seconds, 59 seconds, 9:40 right now.
okay. And then the final thing is I'm going to show you that if we work out the multiplication, this is me proving that BOMDAS or BODMAS is really the same thing. It doesn't matter if you work out multiplication first or division. So then this case, we decided to work out the multiplication sign first. We say, okay, all right, why you want remote control, Jermaine? To do what? Jermaine, to do what?
I'm putting the sign so what to do. Like the 15 times the 1 and that. So I'm putting the
All right,
answers.
not now. Okay, not now. All right. So then we say multiplication first. In this case, I will get the 5 times 4, which is 20. And then we work out the division, which is 20 divided by 2, 10. And we keep everything else. So that's 8 plus 3 minus 10. We solve the 8 plus 3, 11 minus 10, we get the 1. And you see what I'm saying? You get the same 21, guys, the same 21. Oh my gosh, right? Questions. This is the time for questions. We're looking at orders of operation. This is one of the most crucial, fundamental thing in mathematics, being able to work out just questions with numbers that can look confusing at times. This is a big thing in integers. If you can master this, then you will, do very, very well. So this is just one step up from the just addition and subtraction. Um, you 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 guys might not be getting questions like this no, but even next year or even grade 7 or so.
I'm going
So
into grade
don't worry.
7.
So I'm just no, I'm talking the rest of them, Julian. I know you're already grade 7, but I'm talking the rest of them. You will then see questions more like this. I'm just introducing you to some important things and some fundamental things about integers. And an important thing in integers and algebra is order of operations, knowing how to solve questions like this. So guys, give me the questions right now. What you want me to go over again? What you want to ask me? You're not sure about something? Let me know right now.
Is there something, miss? I didn't hear.
I'm asking if you have questions.
Yeah, I do have one question. So, miss, do you add first, do you first add the 9 plus the 15, then minus 3, or do you 15 minus 3, then add the 9?
What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking down at the bottom right here.
Yes, miss.
Right here, 9 plus 50 minus 3. This is what you're
Yes,
talking about?
miss.
Okay, so right. So that links back to what have the priority. So when we have operations being in the same priority, so you realize that they're both of the same priority. They're addition and subtraction, so it doesn't matter. So let's look at it. We have 9 plus 15. 9 plus 15 is 24 minus 3 gives us 21, right? Or if we did the 15 minus 3, that would have given us 12, and 12 plus 9 is 21. So that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand from now. If you can understand that, then it would be really good. But that's what I'm trying to get it to understand about numbers, about integers, how they work, and how we solve them. So we looked at addition, we look at addition and subtraction and multiplying and signs and all the fundamentals. So do we understand that? Talk to me. Hello?
Yes, miss.
Do we understand? You have any questions?
That was my only question.
Okay, anybody else say something? Dun, dun,
Oh, Miss, I have a
dun, dun.
question. Can we play
Okay,
Pictionary?
I don't think we have any time for that now. It's 9:44, so we don't have time. So anybody have any last questions?
Say what our time is?
It's 9:44,
Yeah.
so we won't have any. We have a next session at 9:45,
Oh,
right? Abriana, how we doing? Say something. Ariko, William.
Doing well.
Okay. Did you understand anything at all that was going on?
yes, Miss.
Okay, Jermaine. Abriana, answer please, and Ariko.
Yes, miss. Miss.
Abriana,
Yes, miss.
did you understand anything? Abriana, did you understand anything? Tell me. And William?
Yes.
Okay, Abriana. William? William, go ahead. What you said, William? All right. I didn't hear what you said. You want to write it in the chat or PM write it privately or something because I couldn't hear you.
A little, miss. I understand it a little.
Okay. All right. So we have one more class on integers and algebra, which is tomorrow. So you guys can think about it and you can probably, you know, think about any question that you have or where there's need for clarity or where you don't really understand or whatever. And then we'll clear up everything tomorrow. Tomorrow should be a lighter class. Because we actually went through this quite quickly, even reaching order of operation quite quickly. Quite quickly. So great. Great. So